What's up, duelist? Jesus, this is hot. Jesus, this is hot. Let me turn down the AC a bit, chat. Okay, AC is turned down. Hopefully, everyone's having a good day. Oh. Hopefully, everyone's having a good day. Be alive, be well. We're here. Just moving my little sandies, my little flip flops. That way, I get a little comfortable. We're gonna be in it for the long haul today, guys. Got a couple videos that I want to do today. A couple things, but it's gonna be a long day. But you know what? It's worth it because we get to make content today. Hope everyone is having a phenomenal day. Today we're gonna be talking about the ban list, of course, everything that came with it. I'm gonna kind of do like a breakdown, of the things that are like the more notable changes to the game, um, that I definitely think are worth talking and how it's gonna affect a couple decks. We're gonna talk about Vanquish Soul. We're gonna go talk about Malish, Yummy, and then Ryziel, Fiendsmith, Mitsu, I guess. But should be a good day. I just have everything lined up here. I guess the first one we are going to be talking about is Ryziel. Like explaining the hits exactly. Yeah, we're gonna break everything down today, guys. But it should be a good day. Should be a good day. We are. Then it's gonna be tough because my camera. Excuse me. My camera doesn't reach as far. Man, with even me getting an Eldest, it's still not long enough to hold everything. But just how it be, right? And then I'm gonna try later on today to do the Cyber Dragon deck. I don't know if I'll have time for that, but I'm gonna try. Got a haircut, cleaned it up a bit. It's a bad example, but yeah, ended up cleaning it up, guys. Yeah, there's so much to talk about, especially, and I have to make all this content because I am leaving in a week, and I won't have the ability to be at my PC, and I'm not taking my laptop with me to the event or to Japan. So we'll talk about that though. Okay, well, I'm gonna put a universal intro on this because I'm gonna be too lazy to record every single intro, every single step of the way. But we're gonna use this intro, and then when I start talking about it, we're gonna specify what deck it's for. Obviously, it's gonna have a name on the video name, the name of the deck that we're talking about, but we will get there. Okay. So let's make this universal intro. What is up, duelist? It is your boy Winster, and of course, I am back at it again with another video. Hope everyone watching is having an amazing, phenomenal day, and as always, thank you for the support. You guys are the reason we're growing this channel on our way to 6,000 subscribers, and it's all thanks to you guys. Now, hold up. Okay. What is up, duelist? It is your boy Winster, and I am back at it again with another video. I hope everyone watching is having an amazing day. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Because of you guys are growing this channel. We're on our way to hitting 5,500 subscribers, on our way to 6,000, and it's thanks to everyone who likes, watches, shares, comments, subscribes, turns on the notification bell. It's because of every single one of you that we're reaching these goals, and I'm thankful, so I appreciate your support. And if you want to share your support a little bit more, please consider becoming a channel member. You guys get early access on all full videos. You guys get a shout out on every full video, and you guys can play games with me when I'm streaming on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro or Master Duel. And if you guys want to just test it out for 1 month, by all means, you could cancel at any time. And I understand if you can't. That's fine too. I just appreciate you watching and supporting. I have to give a shout out to my channel members because they're here. They're supporting. Thank you so much, every single one of you guys. Shout out to Corey. Shout out to Denari, Leo, Tyler Wilson, Zeke, Jared FGC, Absolutely Looney, Devin Bender, Steve Fox, Veggie Ubel Yu-Gi-Oh! Hunter McDonald, Jay Garcia, Quick, Wyme, and Thomas Mead. Thank you so much for the support, every single one of you guys. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you for continuing to support me all this time. Some of you have been for a year. Some of you have been for a couple of months. Some of you have been for a week. Regardless of what it is, thank you so much. With all that being said, let's jump right into today's video. What's up, Grim? I'm good, bro. I'm good. We are going to be talking about certain decks. It's more of like a ban list. Kind of going over like what exactly the ban list affected and what kind of capacities and what other kind of things you can play. To kind of offset the hit. Just really talking about it. Yeah, so today we're just recapping the list and just talking about it like maybe a little bit more in depth and what this means to the game. And then we're going to convert every single one of these into a full video. We're going to be talking about, I think, some of the bigger ones, right? Like Yummy, VS, Fiendsmith, Rizio, Mitsu, Malice. Anything that isn't like the big decks, we're not going to be really talking about. I don't really have time for that, nor do I have too much knowledge on that. But yeah, right now I'm playing Draco Tail over Genesis. Like Draco Tail literally went unscathed, which is crazy. The deck is good, but why would it? Okay. Whoa! I almost knocked the camera over. Okay. By the way, how do I sound? Yeah, I'm not saying that it's a bad deck. I'm just saying that it went unhit. You sound good? Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so we're starting off with Rizio. Let me get all the cards here. Yeah, so alternatives. Obviously, like the biggest hit. Yeah, okay. I'm just getting everything ready. This could go over there because I don't need any of that right now. Okay, guys, so we're going to talk about the first deck. We're going to be talking about Rizio. And then everything that comes with it. Obviously, if you take a look at the list. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, guys, so the first deck that we're going to be talking about today is Rizio. It got 2 hits on the list, X going down to 1, and then we got King of the Feral Imps going to the banned, unplayable. So let's go ahead and break everything down. Now, the big point of Rizio is how consistent it is. Multiple names. Multiple names going into X that could summon for absolutely free from hand by sending an extra deck monster on over to the graveyard. And then you got Sword, who could go ahead and summon something if you control a Rizio in the grave or on the field. And then Ice, when it's normal summon, search special something out from the deck. At max power, these were all at 3. You have Ice Rizio, Sword Rizio, and X Rizio. And then very powerful boss monsters in the extra deck. You got Dual Drive, and then you got Detonator. Now, these cards are extremely powerful. They have the ability to swarm multiple names. There is another Raizio that the deck does play that's Node, but we're not talking about him today. So in previous list, Ice, Sword, and X all got hit with the inclusion of Dual Drive getting hit on the ban list. Going to 1, going to 2, going to 2, going to 2. There were some other hits as well as Bonfire, but those hits came way before. But obviously there were hits to Raizio because they were a level 4 lower Pyro monster, level 4 lower Pyro monster, and these two being probably the better main deck Raizio names. Come this ban list, or before the ban list came, a lot of people were crying to have X Raizio banished or hit on the list in some sort of capacity because the deck was still very consistent even after these hits came, which ended up happening. X Raizio going to 1. I think the easiest summonable monster, what players were doing were special summoning X. Then they would send the Mirologic Aggregator, which in turn would negate a card on the field, and then this would start a chain. So you would go Chainlink 1 to search, Chainlink 2 Aggregator to start breaking your opponent's board. And it targets any card on the field. Very, very powerful. Now that they reduced this to 1, it really hurt the consistency of the deck. In and of itself, there's still ways to like play around this, in my personal opinion. As far as like main deck monsters, you could still have cards like 7 Tachyon, which is very powerful and did not get any hit. This searches out Ice Raizio, any light level 4 Pyro monster, by revealing the 104 Masquerade, because it is a level 4 Xyz monster, spellcaster level 4 light. So you could go ahead and add either of these two. So in terms, you'll have more targets for Ice and X. Yes, it does hurt the consistency a lot by losing a main deck monster name, but this is kind of something that you could play. On top of playing the 7 Tachyon, you do have the ability to play big Surfacing Jaws. So instead of revealing the 104, you reveal the Aqua monster, which is a level 4, and it's a number monster between the numbers that you need for 7 Tachyon. You search out Surfacing Big Jaws, summon it out, search out the Water Drake, and then you got a level 4 play. So you could go ahead and still set up pretty well. Reason being is because Dual Drive, as always, and as strong as it is a generic level 4, 2 level 4 monsters. Doesn't need to be Raizio. The only non-generic is the Dual Drive, or the Detonator, which is absolutely crazy in my personal opinion. So you do have access to that. If you guys checked it out, my Raizio Fish deck, it's somewhere on my channel. I ended up, I think, going undefeated with the deck, but this was being played back when Totally Awesome was still a relevant thing, alongside with like Bahamut Shark. But we see what ended up happening. If you don't want to play this, which you don't have to necessarily, I definitely recommend the 7 Tachyon to try to pick up the monster names that you're missing. You could go ahead and just not play the Surfacing Big Jaws, but it's just another play that you have. So instead of playing these, kind of an offshoot, you could play the Onomot cards. Onomot cards are extremely powerful. Dododo Warrior being the best one, sends a gibberish name to the graveyard as cost to special summon from hand, and then that one that you send special summons because you control the gibberish name on the field. So it really Grim. It's another name. It's what's its name? It's in my binder. It's an Aqua monster. It's an Exceeds monster. It's not Silent Honor Arc. But Dododo Warrior essentially either gets you into some early rank 4 plays without committing anything under a Nibiru 5th summon, really gives you the extra push that you need. And then the Onomite stuff, it's a different one. Here, I'll show you. Hold on. Because I know it's not Silent Honor, because I know I wasn't playing that card. It's something else. It is 103 Ragnar Zero. That's what it is. Yeah, Ragnar Zero. But Dodo Warrior not only gives you the ability to set up a play before the fifth summon with potentially summoning out a what's her name? The Trap Tricks monster that could send the trap to the graveyard. I forgot the name of it, but also gives you the ability to go into the Onomat stuff, which is really powerful. Um, and I definitely think it's really really good. But you definitely have that option as well. But as far as the main deck, that's like pretty much the whole hit. One thing I really thought they were gonna hit was the cross. Cross is extremely powerful. I do think if you remove it, you remove such a vital piece of Ryzeo that you won't be able to like really play the deck. I don't know if it would kill out the deck inherently, but I think it would put such a big dent that it may not even be considered to be a playable deck. Maybe. But I definitely thought that this was going to be the better target. But you do have cards like Bonfire. You do have cards like Pot of Prosperity. You do have cards like Seven Tachyon to try to mitigate the hit that you ended up getting on X. So I definitely think that even though it is a pretty major hit and cuts down the names, it's somewhat repairable. Or you can play other things. Okay. So the next hit I wanted to talk about with Ryzeo is King of the Feral Imps. This was a hit to Ryzeo. Ryzeo being a very powerful engine, of course, having the ability to play cards like the Mitsurugi engine. Why do you ask? Is because they're all level 4 monsters, which in turn get summoned, and then because they're not generic, at least Dual Drive isn't, you'll be able to summon them out and then start climbing from there. It was really, really powerful because they just synergize really well. Not that Mitsu is a bad engine on its own, but this was the key to getting this consistently. Obviously, I really thought the Purge was going to get hit, or Habukiri was going to get a hit that allows you to go into this engine. But if you are willing to, you don't even have to play the King of the Feral Imps. You could just play 3 of this, and 1 of everything else. You can still play the full engine. It's just, what are the odds of you opening? What are the odds of you actually opening the cards in the opening hand? You just have to be crazy lucky, in my personal opinion. But it doesn't say no that you can't play it. It just means that it's not going to be as consistent as it was. King of the Feral Imps being an old card, not once per turn. You activate it, search out 1, and then you send it to the graveyard. Eclipse Twins activates, brings it back. You activate it again to search the other piece that you need. Absolutely crazy, right? Shout out to the people who ended up finding that that nice little combo piece. But let there be no confusion. King of the Feral Imps was a hit to Mitsuru Fiendsmith. Mitsuru Ryzeo. I guess another part of this that I really wanted to talk about. Shout out to Brandon. He always plays this deck. Mitsurugi Fiendsmith Ryzeo. Obviously, with Eclipse. Hold on. Shout out to Brandon. He played this deck, Mitsurugi Fiendsmith Ryzeo. And this was just another piece, right? Because none of the Ryzeo. Shout out to Brandon. He would always play this. Mitsurugi Fiendsmith Ryzeo. In and of itself, such a powerful card. I think that this was another piece that it's understandable why they ended up hitting it. But let's say that you have Ice Ryzeo, normal summon it, and then you normal summon whatever, or special summon whatever, go into something, search, effect, it's negated. Okay, cool. I'm just going to get another monster on the field, and then I'm just going to go into this. This allows you to go into complete Fiendsmith play. And not only is this exclusive to Mitsurugi Ryzeo, but any deck could play this. Any deck was going into the full Fiendsmith line. We getting Lacrima back, boys. Shout out to Jared. He was pretty happy about that in my Discord. But this was the other piece that was so generic that any deck that could play Fiendsmith was playing Fiendsmith. Even though that Fiendsmith, in a way, kind of did get power crept, I definitely think that this kind of removes everything. Since time rules aren't a factor anymore, Lacrima could come back. this engine is not as strong. But it has the same thing because it's not as generic as it used to be. You would just have to play more names like Engraver, Tract, potentially Lacrima. So your deck isn't going to have as flexibility as it once had. Mitsu Fiendsmith is actually a good deck. I'm not saying that it's like bad. I'm just saying. So I definitely understand why they ended up hitting this, especially from personal experience. Branded, one of our local players, he would just always do that. It was so annoying. He would just go into one combo to another. Oh well, cool. I'm just gonna go to the second part of my engine. I hate him so much. But this was definitely a smart play. But it doesn't mean that every deck cannot play Fiendsmith. And what I mean by that is the fact that this all needs a light fiend, right? Requiem needs a light fiend. And guess what is a light fiend, guys? Exciton Knight. So you don't even need Closed Moon anymore, right? But this is exclusive to decks that could just turbo out any rank 4 that you need. You could just still go into Fiendsmith, which is absolutely crazy, right? I definitely think that this is definitely kind of what this deck is going to need, or this engine is going to need to be able to at least stay somewhat competitive. Instead of playing the Closed Moon, just play the Exciton Knight. And guess what? The deck was already playing it. Okay, yeah, see, exactly. Mellow Melody is the same as rank 3. Yeah, shout out to Grim, guys. He's a real one. He's always in my stream chat. And for those who know, I did this live on stream. So if you ever want to partake in the actual action of me recording it, please subscribe, turn on the notifications, become a channel member, for a cheap little price. But so now that they remove Closed Moon, Exciton Knight might take that play. But overall, I definitely think that the deck is still in a good place. I definitely think that there is still a lot the deck could do. And Ryziel is in a very weird space. The reason being is because it still has the ability to be at full strength, depending on how you want to play it, right? If you want to play it with both of these engines still intact, you certainly can. 1, 2, 2. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. That locks you into rank. This locks you into Exceeds, and so does that. So you could still play this. You just obviously won't be able to play that. I definitely think that Ryziel is in a unique space. I think someone's going to come along and kind of figure it out and really place everything everywhere that it needs to go. But the hits, even though they were pretty significant, there were nothing as compared to what people thought initially, right? Losing Closed Moon and King of the Fair Limps were strong hits to the deck, and every deck that could just triple these cards out, it doesn't mean that the deck is unplayable, because you still have options. You have Exciton, you could have these options, this option, just to continue to push and extend. I don't think it's dead. I think it's in a weird space, and just someone needs to come up with the proper ratios for the deck to continue to push forward. But those are just my thoughts and opinions, guys. I want to get your guys' feedback. Is Mitsu Ryziel dead? Is Mitsu Ryziel Fiendsmith dead? Let me know. I think it's in a weird place. I think that it just needs to someone needs to come along and come up with the right build, so the deck could just still be as competitive as ever. But those are my thoughts and opinions, and my takeaways from the ban list and how it affected Ryziel, Mitsu, Fiendsmith. Let me know in the comment section how you feel, and if you agree with me, if you disagree with me, let me know in the comment section down below, guys. But as always, Duelists, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all your support, and hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day. Peace out, guys. Okay, so that's one video, guys. So that's done. Okay, I think Mitsu Ryziel Fiendsmith was probably like the biggest the biggest one. Because there's still so many ways to play Raizio, you know? I think that it's just a really bad spot. I think it's a better idea to play pure Mitsu or Mitsu Fiendsmith. That's interesting. Like Raizio could still right because you play 2 ice, 2 sword, 1 X, bonfire, 3 tachyon. That is 9 card starters. The Dododo Warrior 1, 2, 3. So that's 12 1-card starters for the deck. If you just play pure Raizio, I think you still can personally. I really genuinely think you still can. I don't think that it's really dead. I think it just lost a decent amount of consistency, but it's not dead by any means. Personally. Okay. Let's talk about oh my god, I can't pick this up. Let's talk about VS. I think the VS hit was unnecessary, in my opinion. I mean, it's really consistent, but at the same time, it wasn't. Oh. Meet me in the trail. It's going down. Okay. Let's talk about BS. Okay, guys. So on this one, we are going to be talking about Vanquish Soul. The 2 cards that ended up getting hit on the list. And okay. So today, if you're still doing Fiends and Riser, you could play let's see, zeros from next to time to wreck into dual drive. Yeah, you could. Yeah, I literally just. It's not necessarily parallel exceed, but you could still like literally combo. Okay. We're gonna do video number deuce. We're gonna talk about Vanquish Soul and the hits. Okay, so today I wanted to talk to you guys about Vanquish Soul and the hits that it ended up getting. Obviously, we got 2 major hits. We got Stake Your Soul to 1 and then Rosin to 1. Very, very important cards to the archetype. But let's go ahead and break it down what it means. Put the mic closer. I'm trying to, bro. It's just because I'm far away. Like, this setup that you're seeing is really far away. So I guess I just have to talk loud. Okay. So these 2 hits were pretty important to the deck. The reason being is because this deck is extremely bricky. For example, you just have a lot of monsters in your hand or in your deck that you're not going to have the ability to summon. For example, you got the Holisu, you got the Xiaolong, and then you got the Caesar Valius. The only other normal summon that you realistically have is Mad Love. But Mad Love is going to search out just 1 card, and it's a spell card at that. It's not like an attribute. Where Rosin is going to search anything that isn't a fire, right? So I definitely think that these hits, even though they were probably the right hits, I think they were just too soon, personally. I think the hits were just way too soon. The consistency that this deck needs were these 2 cards. Like, you need Stake Your Soul. You need Rosin to really combo off. And this deck borderline became a combo deck because you could set up some nasty boards. You could set up Paradise Smashers. Obviously, we don't really need to talk about that because that's an obvious card on why it should have got banned. But hitting Rosin and Stake Your Soul at the same time, or how big of a hit it was, I think was a mistake. I don't think this deck needed to get hit the way it did. If Stake Your Soul and Rosin went to 1, or maybe one Stake Your Soul went to 1 and Rosin to 3, or vice versa, I think that would have been perfectly fine. I think that you still would have been able to play this deck, right? But now you're banking on the Fiendsmith or the Snake Eater, the Canine cards to really be able to summon. Now it feels like you're forced to play, 3 of these, 3 Jokul, just to be able to get these into the hand or into the graveyard, so you could potentially link one of those off to summon a Rosin from your hand or something along those lines, right? It really, really hurt the consistency in my personal opinion. You have a lot of ways to search. You have a lot of ways to extend with rock. If you just had a Rosin, right? You normal summon Rosin effect, search what you need, link it off to a rock, summon that card. Then you would just search. It's more than likely going to be the Mad Love effect. You just do a lot with this deck. And the Canine cards really pushed it to the next level because you're just able to summon out rank 5s like nothing. But now you're forced to just play one of each, and you already were dealing with consistency issues. It's gonna make it that much harder to really play this deck at the high level. Obviously, Paradise Smashers needed to be banned. It's too crazy of a card. It's too crazy of a card. It needed to get hit. Just locking your opponent out from monster effects and attacks, it literally just seals the game. There's no real reason to continue even to try to pursue that game because you're losing regardless. I think both of these should have got to 2, or one of these stayed at full, and one of them should have won at 1. I think that would have been a perfect hit. Obviously, people see the W that this deck had at Worlds, given it was a very unique list, and people were not able to pull or play certain cards at full power. But people are excited to play Stakers or Vanquish Soul. People were excited to play this deck. People were shelling out the money, right? And just for it to get hit as hard as it did, I think it was a misstep. Hopefully in the future, Konami sees that now this deck is not going to be able to be played as competitive, and maybe they may take one of the hits back and hopefully put one of these back to 3. That way we have the consistency that we need in order to play. But I definitely think big mistake. I don't think there's a real way to kind of offset these 2 hits. You could play maybe like Pot of Prosperity, but then that means that you really don't care about your extra deck and you're probably just playing a pure version. I don't think Vanquish Soul really works with Canine as well anymore, because the extra deck was so tight because you're playing like Nash Knight, Exceeds Nash Knight, Masquerade 104, C 104. It just took a lot of extra deck space and a lot of one-of. So the last thing that you want is Pot of Prosperity, throw cards that you don't want, or Pot of Desires, right? Because you do play a lot of cards, but now you play one-of. So I don't think there's a huge redeeming quality to be playing the Canine cards with the Vanquish Soul cards because they just don't synergize as well as they used to. Now, how does the deck move forward? Is it going to be competitive? I think those are all like really great questions, and realistically, it doesn't look good. I don't think there's any real reason to play Vanquish Soul at a competitive level anymore because it just lost the consistency. You're going to be bricking too often. Kind of the cards that you could put in are just extra fire names. Nori helps it, yes. Nori coming out, I think helps Canine more than it helps Vanquish Soul because you already have conflicting normal summons, right? Because you want to normal summon Rosin, you want to normal summon Mad Love, right? If you draw Nori and you draw Holly Sue, Caesar Valius, and a Xiaolong, what's even the point of playing the Vanquish Soul cards? Okay, well, you summon Nori, summon out Jokul effect, search out, or Izuna, right? You're going to do Jokul, search out the Lantern, Uxie's, Ripper, Search the Case Effect. Are you going to summon the Xiaolong alongside with the Joker? Yeah, right. I just think there's too many things that Nori help that isn't helping Vanquish Soul. It's helping out every other strategy like Crystron and helping out Cyber Dragon K9, K9 Pure. It's not helping out Vanquish Soul. Conflicting normal summons are a big issue with the deck when you already want to normal summon the cards. And not even just Rosin. You want to normal summon Mandlove. Yeah, so at that point, I think it's just better just to play VS. But sum it all up, Rosin, Stake Your Soul, bad hits in my personal opinion. Not that the deck isn't strong. I think it should have been toned down in some sort of capacity, maybe Rock to 1, because a lot of the decks were playing 2 or 3, or playing Stake Your Soul to 1 and the other and Rosin to 3, or Rosin to 1 and Stake Your Soul to 3. I think it was just too early of a hit. People were excited about it. People wanted to play it. It won Worlds. People wanted to test it out just for it to get hit like a month later, right? Or like several weeks later. I think it was a misstep for Konami's end. I don't think if time had progressed and we allowed it to develop even more, it probably hit the ceiling realistically because it was very like black and white with what the deck wanted to accomplish. Maybe Holisu would have been a better hit because taking stuff on your opponent's turn is far more cheaper. Izuna, right? At that point in time, maybe that's several months ahead, but I think those were all better hits, in my personal opinion. Maybe even a Xiaolong, right? Like Xiaolong to like 1 would, that's crazy. It not only stops the inclusion of K9 or K9 VS being as consistent, but you also get rid of an attribute. Yeah, no, Joe Tillman Bandito, give me 1 second. Let me just finish this up. I'm almost done with this video. These are all full videos, guys. They're going to be uploaded, right? I just talked about Mitsu, Raizio, Fiendsmith. We're talking about VS right now. But those were just some of my thoughts, guys. Let me know in the comment section below on what you guys personally think. What do you guys agree with the hits that Konami did to Stake Your Soul and Rosin? Do you guys agree with what I personally think? Let me know down in the comment section below. How does this deck stay relevant? How does this deck stay in the meta vision? Let me know in the comment section below. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. And as always, thank you for the support. Have a good rest of your day, and thank you for watching. Peace out, guys. Hand traps. That's a great question. Right now, Droll. Look at K9, right? Like K9 just it's just summoning, right? It's just summoning. I think that's probably I think it's definitely the fact that everything is searching out right now, you know, is probably crazy. Yeah. I think Droll is probably the most important. Ash will always be important, even though it's not that good in of it itself to stop a search. I think it just combats the Charmies a little too well, and I think that's why that like Ash is always given, Fua is always a given. Whether you play it in the main is, I guess, up to the meta, but when isn't your opponent summoning from the extra deck, you know? That's not like Fire King or VS, right? Astro, Impulse, Fua, that's where I'm at. I agree. I definitely agree. Impulse, Purge, and those decks that could play them, yeah. I agree, guys. I agree. Hold on. Let me go check out my girlfriend. We're going to do the Yummy and then the Malice stuff. say? Yeah, I'll probably end up like chicken or like chicken. We'll drive safe. Have a good day. Okay, guys, I have returned. I have returned, guys. Okay. Oh, I'm on triple D. D so big you gotta say it 3 times. I'm on DDD at the moment. Been trying to figure out Super Poly is worth running to make going second. Manageable. Also helps the mirror because I Super Poly 2 of their monsters for a show. Too small. No, don't. Thank you for pulling up, bro. Gentleman Bandito. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate your support. All right, let's talk about Malice. How many? I think I can do it like this, right? Okay. What do you think about board breakers? Like playing them in the main deck? I think they're good. Yeah. Like I think the allure of board breakers is that your opponent doesn't expect it, right? Like your opponent does not expect someone fucking dropping, right? Like a Super Poly or like a Dark Ruler, right? No one expects that, and I think that's the allure of it. So I agree with it. I definitely agree. Okay, let's talk about Malice, guys. Okay. Oh. I'm just like hitting everything, huh? Okay. Okay, guys. So, okay. So today we are going to be talking about Malice. Woo! Right. This is not really a Malice card, but it might as well, right? So the deck obviously is extremely strong, right? Having strong normal summons like Dormouse, like Hair, very powerful spells like Malice and Underground, and Malice Gold Sarcophagus. These are all extremely powerful, right? And essentially like 1 card starters. Oh, and don't forget the Terraforming. Can never forget that, which is just another Malice and Underground. These cards are extremely powerful combo starters. You literally get everything off of these cards. And I think the problem with Malice is just how consistent it is. Let me get a card. I forgot something. I need to get a card, guys. Hold on. I should have got these cards earlier. For Malice Gold Sark and Malice Terraforming. Exactly, bro. So these cards are extremely powerful. Malice. Okay, well let's do that over again. Actually. Okay, guys. So today we are going to be talking about the Malice strategy. Malice getting hit with the Dormouse, and then Splash Mage ended up getting hit as well. Might as well be Malice Splash Mage, to be honest. But Dormouse is a huge hit to the consistency to the deck. But some of the highlights that the deck was playing were more names, obviously, with White Rabbit, Underground, Sark, and Terraforming. These are just all consistency cards. You have cards like Hair and what's the card's name? Chessy Cat. There were also more names, and sometimes that's all you really needed. But these are the big focal points of the deck. You can't really start your combo off with the Chessy Cat unless you have one of these names in your hand, which odds are you don't. But obviously the ban list came and hit Dormouse to 1, which was a huge hit. But you still have ways to play, right? It kind of feels like Ryziel in a way. I feel like you still have like the multiple names, the White Rabbit, and then the Malice and all these cards. But you just have less names. When you already were playing 3 Chessy Cat, when you already playing 3 Hare, 2 Rabbit, and 2 Dormouse, but now you just lost a name. And probably the most important one, if we're going to be honest here. Dormouse, single-handedly, probably the most important Malice name. Obviously, linking upwards to the rest of your engine with Red Ransom, White Binder, and Heart's Cryptor were really important to the strategy. Here are the other two names. But it took a lot of work to get there. More specifically to Heart's Cryptor, because you need 3 monsters. Like 3 monsters including a Malice monster, right? Where this 2 monsters including a Malice monster, it just feels a little bit more generic. But at the same time, it's like practically the same, right? Like they're both a Link 3 monster. But these cards were really useful, right? These are extenders, right? This banishes something, or searches out the field spell, and then when it's banished and comes back, banishes a card from the deck. And then White Binder on summon banishes from the graveyard, and then sets a trap, which a lot of people were expecting or at least wanting White Binder to get hit, but it didn't. I'm genuinely shocked, not because the card is like super powerful, because it, let there be no confusion, it is. But Konami has been on a good track record as of late, really listening to the community. They've been really, taking their feedback and banishing or, banning cards that, the community is like pretty vocal about. So I'm shocked that they didn't hit it this time. With that being said, Splash Mage ended up getting a hit. Now, this in and of itself is a pretty big hit. I think that it was like the right step, but at the same time it wasn't. Because let's say you start off with one of these cards, you're just going to go through your combo, your opponent negates you somewhere. Okay, well, I'm going to summon Splash Mage now, and then Splash Mage is going to go ahead and bring back any name that I need, and then go. And I do think that banning like White Binder may have killed the deck a little too much, but Splash Mage was a pretty significant hit. It's the extender that the deck needed when they got hit with an Imperm, with an Ash, with the Veiler. It's the extender that they needed to maybe just link one of these names off into Linkuriboh, summon out like a Bystial, or summon out something else, right, to go into this. This just does a lot for the engine. And to see it go, it says a lot that, how powerful this deck is. Now, the deck has to just build from scratch every single step of the way, right? They can't just go into 2 names with Linkuriboh and then a Bystial, summon back the Malice, and then link the Linkuriboh into the, like, it just doesn't work like that anymore. So they have to like fully commit to using the monster that they summon. And speaking of like Bystials, right? Like they would use Magnemite, they would use or they would use Druid Worm or Baldrake to allow to extend their play. So obviously Magnemite is at 1 because I think it's one of the better ones. But yeah, with them like losing Splash Mage, they just have to commit so much. And personally, if you guys have seen any of my previous list or some of my previous ramblings, what I personally thought they should have hit was the Adignister, because this deck is really prone to a giant rock falling from the sky, and they got hit like pretty hard there. The deck was just able to play through, it seems like anything. They're able to play through Ash. They're able to play through an Imperm. They're able to play through a Veiler. And then they're able to play just through so much. But then when the rock drops down, before they summon out the Access Code Ad Ignister Guard, yeah, they were kind of cooked. But what end up happening is they do take the rock, they link it off into the Link Spider, and then summon this out. And now they just go into their combo regardless. So I definitely thought that the Ad Ignister was going to be the card that they end up hitting because it just gives the push that the deck needed. It gives it everything that it would want. So I am shocked that it didn't. But there's not a real way to like kind of change the name. The reason being is because the Link monsters aren't generic. They don't have a way to combo off without the name. So losing a Dormouse name, it says a lot about the deck. And also losing an extender such as Splash Mage also says a lot. I don't think the deck is unplayable. I think it's going to still see some play. I think it's going to still stay some relevant. But I think the next hit is going to be like Whitebinder. If the deck still manages to show up in like top 8s, like the placings that it still gets. And the bad side of it is just there's not a real way to offshoot that missing name. Because of losing the Dormouse, you just lost the Dormouse. And you have to like open crazy and push through it all. So it really lost a lot of consistency and it lost extender. So I definitely think that the hit was okay. And it was the right hit, but I think they should have just hit like Splash Mage and maybe not Dormouse. Right? Because they lost the name. I think losing the name is really, really important. But yeah, I definitely think those are just my opinions on it. I want to get your guys' thoughts and opinions on this as well. What do you think about Malice after the hit? Did Malice deserve to get hit the way that it did? Was Malice still probably contender for one of the best decks? Let me know in the comment section down below. These are just my thoughts and opinions, guys. So just let me know what you think in the comment section. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. But as always, guys, thank you so much for supporting. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider becoming a channel member. And if you guys want to partake live with this, you guys can. You guys could just hit the subscribe button, and I stream pretty regularly. So be sure to pull up in the chat, guys. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. I will check you guys out later. Peace out. Please and sub, like the stream. Yes. Yes. Man, being a content creator always dries out my voice. I'm gonna go get some water and then we'll do the last list. Okay, guys, so the last deck that I'm going to be talking about today is probably Yummy. And then we'll start doing we will start doing the Canine stuff because Cyber Dragon Canine. Okay. Let's do Yummy and then we are done with this. Okay. I'll be back. What was that? Oh. If you want to know, I think the Cali Effect made a video about Cyber Game. Maybe go check it out. I mean, I have like my own build. Sorry guys, I'm just reading. So, I'm pretty sure everyone knows, right? Like, I'm going to Japan, and I am I used to play like fighting games before Yu-Gi-Oh, and so the community in Japan, they are how the hell do I do this? They are making an event because I'm pulling up, guys. So before Yu-Gi-Oh, I was pretty big, like pretty big player. I mean, not like super big, but like big enough, right? Big enough. And how do I translate this whole fucking thing? I've done it before. So yeah, they're doing like a video, or they're making an event for me, but yes. Okay. So let's finish up this last video. So we got 3 videos today, guys. All these should be. I'm gonna try my hardest to try to edit them today. Okay, so let's talk about Yummy. Okay, guys. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about Yummy, Delicioso. Okay. I think the Yummy hits weren't as big. So obviously there's no hits to the main deck names. We got Cupsy, Lolipo, and Cookie. Still at full power. No problem there. Even the extract monsters like Snatchy, Yummy Way, or Cookie Yummy Way, Lolipo Yummy Way, and then Cupsy Yummy Way, that's still full power. Like, you don't have anything to worry about. Obviously, it's the other engine that ended up getting hit. Like, Obedient Schooled was such a powerful card in Herald of the Arclight. At full power, Obedient School is just absolutely crazy. But that being said, this literally lets you summon 3 names for absolutely free. Absolutely free. This card is pretty broken. Obviously, it'll lock you into like Beast Warriors, but doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter to the deck, because you know why? That's his beast. That's his beast. And that's his beast. So, in reality, you don't care. You don't care that this locks you into beast, because that's all you're going to summon anyways. Does not matter. And if you're worried about like summoning this, just do it on your turn or your opponent's turn. Like, we're playing on our opponent's turn. Like, you're a bad deck if you're not playing on your opponent's turn. But obviously, the strategy is really powerful. Still literally at full strength. Arguably the best deck right now. Arguably. But obviously, playing multiple Heralds of Arclight was just too strong. I think this was the right play. Putting this at 1 was really, really good. In a format where a deck could turbo this thing out for absolutely free. Said a lot. And it's generic, 1 tuner, 1 non-tuner, and omnigated. So, and it was a floodgate, which was absolutely crazy. The floodgate didn't really come up too much, but it came up in some instances. Obedient Schooled just allows you to push through almost any hand trap, right? The deck could play under Nib, and then just set up for your opponent's turn. But in the situation that they didn't, like, you'll just get nibbed, right? So I feel like Obedience Schooled was obviously a starter, and it just gave you every single name. There were some downsides people were playing, like Chain Disappearance, but like I don't ever think I ever seen that card resolve. But getting hit to one and getting hit to one were definitely the right plays. But it also means that obviously Konami is aware of how strong this deck is. They need to sell it. They need to push it. So that's why they didn't hit any of the names. They need this deck to be live so they can sell product. And on top of that, it's getting more support with Doom of Dimensions. I think the next ban list should come out in like December or November. So keep that in mind. That's probably when this deck is going to get hit. I do anticipate some of the main deck names to get hit because you're just so consistent. But this deck, I think it's the best deck in the format. It just does everything that you need. It's consistent. It did get hit a few ways, but it didn't really matter, bro. Honestly, these hits are negligible. The Arclight maybe, but Obedience School wasn't needed. You can use it. We're not saying don't. Negligible. The deck is probably still going to even play it because you have so much space for just non-engine. And now that you have 2 extra slots for Obedience School, the 2 that you're missing because now it's at 1. But there's not really much to say about the deck. The deck is probably the best. It's the most consistent. It has the ability to play its full engine. Does so much, such an interactive deck. I definitely think it's probably going to take the cake for the best deck in the format, for this current format at least, especially with the new support coming for it. If they would have hit it in any other way, maybe the only way I could think about if having any kind of relevancy is the main deck monsters, hitting those to like 2 or 1 or something along those lines. Same as Ryziel, when that deck ended up getting hit for the very first time. The names went to 2. I think that would have been a pretty early hit on the deck. But those are just my 2 cents. I think this video was pretty short as compared to like everything else that I've discussed. I discussed like Malice, Ryziel, Mitsu, some of the bigger names in the current format. But what do you think? What do you guys think in the comment section? Is Herald of Arclight and Obedience School correct hits? I personally think so. I think it does nothing to the deck. I think it's going to still be at full power and the best deck. But I wanted to get your guys' thoughts and opinions on this. This has kind of been a breakdown of what it meant to the game, what it meant to these decks being hit. I want to get your feedback on all of this. Leave me in the comment section so I can read them and we can have a discussion. You know, that's what it's always been about, guys. But that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for being supportive. Thank you so much for always watching. I appreciate you guys. But that's going to be it. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. And if you can, consider becoming a channel member. But that's going to be it for me today. My name is Winster, guys. Peace out. Love you all. Woo, man. Being a content creator takes a lot of work, guys. Takes a lot of work. Now I'll probably just like download this whole video, break it down. I guess I could play Master Duel for a little bit. I just want to chill for a bit, you know? Don't want to do anything too crazy. Okay. Whoa. Sorry about that. Hey, what's up, Grim? Thank you for pulling up, bro. I appreciate it, man. You've always been a good supporter. Thank you. Let's do Steam. I'm sorry, did you go to the LA Regional, bro? This game is still being played? It's crazy. Bro, I haven't even. I'm still trying to like build a deck. Yeah, you're right. Where do you live in LA? Was the event in LA? Yep. I think an AZ local won it. I think his name was his name's Luis. I think he ended up winning it. Oh no, that's not what I want. Draw a pack. Draw un paco. So I went to Best Buy today to look for another like camera. Obviously, because I think I need another one. Because right now I'm just like switching in between each camera. When do they usually drop this ban list for once I build my deck, bro, like I'm down to play with you on Master Duel. We can play on Master Duel. You know, last format, I genuinely like. I don't know where I don't know what I'm gonna play this format. Like I want to play Yummy. I have every deck, so I have my options, but I think Canine Cyber might be the deck. Oh my god. At least have the call by, right? Oh my god. Alright, let's set up the Caesar. Okay. Oh, what does he have? I think he has like Imperm or something. I think he has like an Imperm or a Veiler. Baldrake. Oh my god, that's exactly what I needed. That is exactly what I need. I needed a monster. I literally needed a monster chat. Asketh and thou receive, right? Or whatever the fuck it is. Oh my god, I don't even have to lose the body. I don't even have to lose the body. I don't even have to lose the body. I think I'm playing against Malice. Do I have enough? Yeah. No! Oh my god, I did not want to do that. And then we're going to summon. I'm so upset right now. I always do that. Let's go into Princess. Let's go to Princess. Okay. And here, I'll have to activate. I'll have to. Oh my god, what did I use? I always like click popular effect. Okay, set that. Okay. And then here, I'll set that. End phase. Man, I get too excited to click. I just need to let it rock, bro. I just need to let it rock. Yeah. Gotta negate that. And then we're gonna do that. Shuffle sequence back. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is the last week before I head to Japan, guys. I don't know if I should make a post. What do you guys think? Should I make a post? Because I'm not like I can't take my PC. I could take my computer technically. Right? I could technically take my computer, my laptop, but like I don't have any like editing software on that, and I don't want to like download any editing software on it, you know. I don't want to show what I have. D barrier. What is it? Okay. I think he's just gonna be a piece of shit. Is it Exodia? I swear to God. I just activated just in case. Damn, my Forbidden Droplet can't do anything. If he summons Exodia, I'm gonna be upset. I get one draw. Oh yeah, he's playing Exodia. So funny. How toxic is this? Yeah, look at this. What does a trap do? It destroys everything, right? Wait, what does a trap do? That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. What does it do? That is crazy, chat. Any monster sent from the graveyard is banished instead. Alright, well. I forgot I can still use Droplet. This is gonna destroy my monsters, right? I mean, I could just kill the Exodia right now. And then force it out. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. I forgot that OSS sends. Oh my god, fucking Dimensional Barrier. Or whatever, Dimensional Fissure. I didn't have a way to, like, out the cards. I forgot that Dimensional Barrier, or Fissure, is a send anything from the field. Ripperoni. Oh, we got called by the grave. So I don't need that. Let's bait something out, right? No? I guess I could summon that. What do you guys think? If I summon this... I mean, if he didn't have the Emperor for that, I doubt that he would have the Emperor for this. Of course, I open Flamebridge. It's pretty on brand. It's on brand that I open Flamebridge, I swear. Like, if I don't open Flamebridge, it's weird. Okay. That's 3 summons, right? I send these 2. Don't activate it. No! Oh, I should have sent this guy. Yeah. I fucked up. I'm so upset. Can I save this? Can I save this, chat? Can I save this, chat? I had like the best combo, but I fucked it up. Oh my god! I was supposed to send the Snake Eyes Diabell to the graveyard, not the Poplar. This guy's playing the same deck. Oh, that's so funny. The hell is that? Do we negate OSS? No, I think we negate when he activates Snake Eye Ash to summon out the Flame Bridge. What? I forgot that deck could play that. It searches, right? Yeah. I mean, obviously, we're not going to let that resolve. I cannot have you having an Omni negate. That is crazy. Yeah, I think I lost this one though. I'm just gonna give it. Yeah, like one Caesar. He's gonna get the Azamina. Like I'm pretty sure I lost this one. Yeah, I was supposed to send the Snake Eye Diabell, and then that way I would have been able to like link that. Yeah, I would have so much more. I fucked up. The fucked up part. Does he have the ash or the called by? No, nothing. We're gonna get to resolve it. Resolve it. Resolve, Maxi. That's the question, right? This is like synchro summons like crazy, bro. Damn. I didn't notice that on the synchro thing. It tells you it shows you the level. So 2 and 6. That's sick. I did not know that. Darth Bane. Red Heart Darkin Bane. Oh no, that's Abyss. He's like the one card on the field. I want to try to get Nibiru. Can I get Nibiru? Bruh. I want a Maxi. Or another Charmy. That is crazy. I'm gonna negate the whole board, bro. Send a trap, a monster, and a spell. What does this one do? I'm just gonna negate everything, bro. No Nibiru though, unfortunately. Oh thank God. How do I do this? So imperm. I go imperm. Yeah, let's do imperm. Target. I should have waited into the main phase. Okay, and then I'll do wanted. What? And then here we'll do Forbidden Droplet. To send the Imperm. The Wanted. Wait, what? I wanted to send a monster too. Guess it doesn't matter. I wanted to get a monster. I thought it... Gated. Damn. That is so funny. Okay, so... Here... Oh my god, bro. What do we do? Let's get the ball rolling here. We'll do Engravies. Engravies. Search. Activate. Add, and then discard the Lori. Effective Lori. Is he gonna like do the Fiendish Chain card? Are you gonna activate Fiendish Chain? Okay. He is not going to activate Fiendish Chain. I have this Mexican song stuck in my head, guys. Bro, let me play. Ah. I wanted to do my whole combo. Guys, I'm so excited to go to Japan. Like, I've been waiting for like almost a whole year, you know? Oh my god. Oh my god. What is this hand? Fiendsmith in Paradise, Fua, Ash, Droll, another Droll. These type of hands, all right, guys. These type of hands that you get in Master Duel, I'm gonna show you how to combo with them. All right. So what you're gonna do to start off this combo, because it's long, you're gonna go to here, and then you're gonna go to the end, and then pass your turn. Welcome to comboing with Winster. Now this is where the second phase of the combo starts. We would have started if our opponent done something, but this is into the third step of the combo. Okay. Now, this looks really similar to the first part of the combo, but it's different. So we're going to set and then go here again. Very crucial. And then we're going to do the same thing as the first part. Now we're going into the fourth part of the combo. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. But it's okay. You know why? You know why? You know why it's okay, guys? Because Forbidden Droplet. Oh, I should have asked that. I should have asked that. Forbidden Dropleto can activate during the damage step. I know it does nothing. Now, if you stayed with me up until this point, this is where it really gets important. Okay? So, now this is where the real combo starts. So, part 5 of the combo. Okay, so a very crucial part of the combo. Does Requiem resolve? It resolves. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Engraver's already in the graveyard. I don't know why he Veilered there. Oh, he has a Bestial. He has un Bestial. Do I send this to the graveyard? I'm glad that I did that. Can't they? Yeah, see, I don't want to do that though. I don't want to go to battle phase yet. I could fuse now. And then I could go to battle phase and then negate both of them. Yeah. And then you could activate your effect, that's fine. Yeah. Now, the question here is, do I get rid of this thing? I have an Ash. That is the $1 million question. Do I get rid of this Baldrake on the field? So I won't be able to summon it anymore. So if I SP, get rid of that. No, I think the bigger issue... Yeah, I think this makes sense. Set that. And then I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone, right? Yeah, let's get rid of this spell. Does he have another Bistio? I think he might have another one. Okay. You motherfucker. It's alright. Okay, it's just another Bistio. Did I take 1,000? I don't think he knows. I don't think he knows. What's up, Graham? Thank you for coming back, bro. Does he have a fire? Oh my god. Can I make Promethean Princess? Spheres? Oh, he's cooked. Oh, maybe he's not cooked. He might be cooked. He's gonna bounce it back to my hand. Bro, why? Bro, what? Alright, we're both in top deck mode. Okay. That's funny. Did he get a summon? Oh yeah, I lost. Yeah. My man literally put back. That's funny. Yeah, he knew I needed a body. The heavy storm. But yeah, guys, that's how you combo with that type of hand. The joke is that you don't combo. Oh, smack see me, bro. Just do it. Fua. Let's see. Bro. What? Bro, that like I don't know what to do with that. There's nothing you could do, right? Yeah. I don't think they have like a quick play spell. I mean, I don't want to destroy any of their cards. If it's Yubel, then maybe. I don't think it's Yubel though. I have to stop this. I'm gonna try to stop the sequence effect. That's what we're gonna try to stop, chat. When the sequence is summoned, we finna get it. We finna get it, chat. I just want it, like, out of there. Yeah, I'll probably call it a night here soon because I need to get to editing. I don't even know what's going on. No. I'm pretty sure I lost. I'm not gonna waste my time anymore. I want another deck, and I'm tired of playing Snake Eye. Alright. Alright. Did we win any points? We got some points. We got some points, chat. Alright, not enough points. I only have 5. God damn. Do I tear apart my Snake Eye? You know what? We're going to tear apart Snake Eye, guys. We're going to play Snake Eyes. We're going to play Snake Eyes. What is he? Is this a SR? What is he? Okay, well, he's a SR. Alright, guys. This is it. This is it. We're done. We're done with Snake Eyes. I'm tired of playing this fucking deck. Yeah. Okay, so let's set up this. Yeah. The fuck? A red Genesis card. Okay, we're about to dismantle all of these guys. These are all snake. Just the Snake Eyes cards, obviously. Yep, that's specifically for Snake Eyes. I think I can get rid of that. That's for Snake Eyes. That's the Link one. I think I can get rid of this. I don't think I'm gonna need it. Okay, guys. We got rid of it. No more snake. No more snake. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, we have to make Raizio now. Now I don't have a deck to play. Okay, so generate. Okay. Generate. Generate. Okay. Generate. And then wait, what the fuck? I didn't do that to him. Bruh, I just want to open some cards. Oh, whoops. I guess I have to, right? I guess I have to open packs. Something. Because I need to open these packs. Where are the Rizio cards? Wait, guys, what pack does like Rizio come in? Oh, right here. Let's open as many packs as we can, right? Oh, wait, hold on. Nothing. Trying to get the last Rizio cards. I don't think I'm gonna get him like this. Wait, what the fuck? Was I open the right one? That's Detonator, right? Yeah, that's Detonator. Yeah, that comes in this one. Bro, give me one UR. Give me one, like... Bro. Oh, we got one UR. I didn't see what it was, but we got something. Okay. We don't give a fuck about those. Another SR we don't give a fuck about. Okay. Okay, we got another UR. Okay. Okay. Okay, we only have 25. Oh my god, bro. I swear I had this. I did not. What the fuck? Okay. Well, I think that's gonna be it for today. Is I still need to cook dinner, got to edit. So that's gonna be it, guys. Thank you so much for pulling up. I appreciate y'all. I still have a lot of work to do, but I'm gonna try my best to put it all together. Thank you for pulling up. Thank you for the support as always. But my name is Winster. I'll check you guys out later. Peace out. Love you all.